G'day everyone, welcome to part 4 of the Xray xb4 buggy build series. In part 4 here we will be attaching the suspension arms. Now this is for both front and rear, but I will be assembling the front suspension arms purely just to save on time, and I don't want to try and make this a really long build series. So yeah, what I have done is I've gone ahead and done the rear arms. One thing I will mention too before I go ahead with the front arms, on the rear suspension arms there are these little shims you see here. You'll need to keep those with you because what they will be for, they are shims for the rear uprights for when you attach them. So pay attention in the when you read the instruction manual. Make sure you keep those close there for the rear arms. Alright, now what I have done too is I have gone ahead and just done a few little things for the front, just again to purely save on time. So what we will do is we will do this bit here with the sway bar. So what we have to do is we need to attach these parts together. Now find the grub screw. So we screw this part in, and you stop until you feel it just go a bit tight. Then you just put this part on. Okay, now we need to attach it to here. In this part you need some multi-grips. Okay, just gently squeeze it on like that. Okay, now again with our hex driver, just undo this part here. Put that on. Do it like, don't like get it and like that. Just do it so it's fairly tight. So that's the suspension arm part done. Now for this next part, what we will be doing is these are for what the suspension arm rods go through. So they go in to them like so. Now how it comes is you get several of them on one here, and you probably can't really see too well, but they have little dots on there determining the position of where the suspension rod will be. We're going for, in this case I'll be doing it to the stock standard setup. So in this case, when you look at your kit and you'll see this part here, the dot will be on here, will be in the middle, so it's not offset or anything, and that's got to do with what's called anti-squat. So we'll be doing it to the kit specifications in the stock setup. So what we'll do, put them in. Note when you put them into here, note the orientation of this, because you'll see there are some countersunk holes for the screws to go in. It's a fairly tight fit, so don't be afraid to use a little bit of force. Alright, that's that section done. Now, what we'll be doing now is attaching these to the transmission housing. Now, on these parts here, you'll see that they're marked FR and FF. That's front and front rear. So take note of that because that's got to do with the orientation. Okay, so in this case what we'll do is we'll put the front one on first, so that's FF. Need 2 screws. These are for the countersunk ones. So just put them in lightly by hand a little bit, just so they start to grab. Okay, is that the 2mm one? Can't see. Yep, it fits. Alrighty, so we'll start screwing this in. Start screwing this one down a little bit too. Let's come off again. Just check that away. Okay. So again, folks, when it starts to get tight, just nip it and don't over tighten it. Like I said, I'm going to sound like a parrot. And now we'll put, what we do now is we'll get the suspension arms. Now take note too, because they'll be marked front and right and left. So just got to look for, there's no marking on them. Interesting. Alrighty, so in this case we'll just have to take note. So in this case we'll be going from, I'm looking at the instruction manual as it shows it. So that is the right and that is the left. Okay, so we'll put the rods through. Now we'll just attach them. It is a bit of a squeeze, so just use a little bit of effort. Alright, now to put the rear part on. Okay, put the screws in. Okay. Okay, now the next part, we just need to put this like a dust cap that will go over the front. Oops, in this case, since it's metal on metal, folks, forgot little thread lock. Not a lot, just a little bit. You don't want to have to be like the Incredible Hulk to unscrew it if you need to later on. Okay, now next part we'll be attaching the sway bar. Okay, put that next screw in. Okay, now what we need is we have these little grub screws. Now when you put them in, don't put them in so it's absolutely tight, because the whole idea is to just slightly hold the sway bar. Sorry about that, folks. The camera decided to have a spaz attack. So this is the end of the video for the suspension arms. I just attached the little eyelets to the suspension arms, and there is the suspension. The left arm here is a little bit tight, so I'm just going to have to adjust that a little bit just to make it go smooth. But that's it, folks. So stay tuned for part 5.